Simplicity, functionality, and seamless Google Workspace integration. These are just 3 reasons why Google Tasks is a winner chicken dinner. So here are my picks for the top 5 Google Task tips for productivity. Hey friends, I'm Tasia Custode and welcome back to my YouTube channel where I share a whole bunch of content just like this. Google Task tip number 1 touches on that seamless integration, and that's to add tasks directly from Gmail. And of course, there are a couple of ways to do this. So if you've got your tasks popped out on the right-hand side of the screen, you can simply drag and drop an email over to your task list. Here, you could simply rename the task. We don't even have to be in an open email. But if you are in an open email, you can click at the top to add to tasks. This might be hidden by the 3-dot menu icon, it might not be, but you're gonna then add that email as a task in Google Tasks. And the great thing here is about creating tasks right from emails is that the email is linked right here in the task for you for easy reference. And if you wanna skip the clicks in general, you should be able to hit Shift T, those 2 keys together in an open email, and that'll send that email to Google Tasks. Now, oddly enough, this did not work for me. So I want you to comment below to see if you can use Shift T and if it's just me. But wait, there are even more ways to add tasks right from Gmail. You can also select multiple emails at once if you need to, and then select Add to Tasks at the top of your inbox to, well, add those selected emails to tasks all at the same time. And yes, you can add tasks from emails in Gmail on mobile too. From the Gmail app, open the email that you want to add and select the 3-dot menu icon in the top right, and then just select Add to Tasks. It's really that easy. Coming in at number 2 on my list of top 5 Google Task tips for productivity is even more integration with Google Tasks and Google Calendar, plus a handy little way to help tasks stand out better on GCal. First, in GCal, ensure your tasks are toggled on. This is going to allow you to see any upcoming tasks right in Google Calendar. But sometimes creating a task right in GCal can actually be helpful too. So the easiest way I find to go about doing this is just click anywhere on your calendar where you would want to normally add an event. But the trick here is that instead of adding an event, we're going to click Add a Task. You're going to just title the task as you see fit. You could adjust the time from here, you could add a description if you need to, and you can even organize it under specific task lists. Now, not only will you see this task in your tasks side panel on the right, but you're also going to have the task directly available in your GCal. So if you live in Google Calendar like I do, you can click on a task to mark it complete. And if you want to change the color of your tasks in Google Calendar to maybe help them stand out a little bit better, you'll just click on the 3-dot menu icon to the right of the tasks calendar. It's in the left panel there, and select from the preset colors, or you can click the plus symbol to add a custom color. The third productivity tip for Google Tasks is to create recurring tasks. This is a major time saver. So for this, I've headed to tasks.google.com so that I could see a snapshot of all my task lists in full screen view here. Alternatively, you can get to this page from your tasks side panel anywhere in the Google ecosystem. So think Gmail, Google Calendar, Drive, Docs, etc. Let's say we add, Let's say we added a task to a list that we want to repeat on a regular basis. We can either click to add a date and time, or we can quickly click the arrows to the right of the date and time to repeat the task. Now, when this is clicked, a little pop-up will appear where you can decide how often you want that task to repeat and when. So you could choose day, week, month, or year. You can pick a start date and time, and even select the date when you want that repeat task to end, if it's not till infinity. Now, moving back into Google Calendar so you can see it from our side panel, this looks the exact same when creating a repeating task from here too. This is really handy when you want to make sure you remember birthdays or special occasions. Just set it and forget it. Well, that is until you want to be reminded of it, of course. So now back in the task list, we see that we have that upcoming task shown here, but we're also going to see that little repeat arrows indicating that this is a repeating task at this date and perhaps time. So then what happens if you mark a repeating task as complete? Well, if we mark this repeating task complete, it'll remove itself from that instance only, but all future occurrences will remain intact for the dates and times that you've set. You can also stop the repeating task at any time too if you don't want it to repeat anymore. So you can do this from your task list view by clicking on the repeat task info, or since we love our Google Calendar integration, you could even edit your repeating task directly from GCal and simply turn off that repeat functionality right from here. All right, Google Task tip number 4 is to create subtasks. I feel like this is an easily overlooked Google Tasks feature, but it can really be helpful if you're managing projects or you're trying to tackle something that requires a lot of steps in order for that one task to be complete. We can achieve optimal organization by creating subtasks. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a project task for this example. And then to the right, we've got a 3-dot menu icon. If we click on that, we're gonna have the option to add a subtask. So now here we can add our subtask that we know has to be completed as part of this project. And we can just keep adding subtasks as necessary just by hitting enter here. Every time you hit enter, it's going to create another subtask. And of course, you can set these dates and times for these subtasks too, to keep everybody on track, just like you would with a parent task. And the 5th and final Google Task tip for productivity is to organize Google Task lists by client or project. This is really going to help you stay even more organized. I've gone back to my full screen here at tasks.google.com to show you this. Now, you may know that Google Tasks auto creates a My Tasks list for you, and you may also already know how to create a new list in Google Tasks. Which, by the way, if you don't know how to do that and you want an even more in-depth tutorial on Google Tasks, guess what? I have a video for you. You can watch that by tapping up here, then come back to this video, or you can watch it via the link in the description below. So maybe you created a task list for important emails or something. Consider perhaps creating one for the project you're working on, or even for the client. Really think about what keeps you the most organized, and then you work from there. There's no right or wrong answer here. The cool thing is that whenever you've created a task, you can always reassign it to another list at any time. If you're in this full screen view here, you can actually drag and drop a task, bing, right into a different list. It's pretty cool. Or from any tasks screen, you can click the 3-dot menu icon to the right of the task and either add it to an existing list you've created, or click the new list option to add it to a new list. And by the way, if you like this full screen view that I'm showing you here, you can also drag and drop your task lists into different orders. So I'm going to drag this one and drop it right here. It's really that easy to be highly productive in Google Tasks. And if you want to learn more about Google Tasks or the whole Google ecosystem, I have an Everything Google course where I cover, your entire Google Workspace suite of apps. That's linked for you in the description below. Why not add it to your Google Tasks to check out the course? Just a thought. So those are my top 5 Google Task tips for productivity. And now I want to hear from you. What are your go-to Google Task tips? Let everyone know in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, well, I want to know. So give it a like, a share, or you can leave that comment below. You can click right about here to subscribe to my channel. And look at that, here and here for even more Google content. You know you wanna. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Hold for cat.